Bianca, thanks so much for being with us here in Minneapolis today. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. Well, we are talking about WWE, brand new season coming up here, and it airs at 7 p.m. on the USA Network here in the Twin Cities. Tell us what we're going to see this season.
Of course. Yeah, I'm so excited about it being the Raw season premiere tonight. I'm excited about this season. As for me, I'm going after the Raw Women's Championship. We have Becky Lynch, who is the Raw Women's Champion right now. So I'm going after her. I'm trying to become the Raw Women's Champion and become the face of Raw. So that's what you have to look forward to for this season of Raw.
How has the WWE Draft shook things up, and what have you seen anybody you're concerned about, or how do you think it's going to affect the year?
Well, yeah, I was drafted to Raw in the first round, and Raw has really, the draft really has shaken things up for Raw. Um, I wouldn't say I'm super concerned about anyone because I'm always there ready to compete. But top of my list would be Becky Lynch, who is the Raw Women's Champion. But we have a lot of amazing women on our roster now. We have Rhea Ripley, we have Alexa Bliss, we have Nikki ASH. We have Queen Zelina Vega, who just won Queen of the Ring. So we have Liv Morgan, Carmella. So our roster is so stacked, and I'm super excited because it's just a new playing field for women that I can get in the ring with and create magic with and have feuds with. So it's going to be a great season for Raw.
And you are the EST of the WWE. Where did you get that nickname?
I am the EST of WWE, but and when I first got into WWE, I was trying to figure out how I wanted to present myself and what I wanted to be about. But I felt like I was just a lot of things. I wasn't just one simple thing. I kept saying, I'm strong, but I'm also fast. But I'm also rough and tough. I'm the strongest. I'm the fastest. I'm the roughest, the toughest, the quickest, the greatest, the best, and all these things in an EST. So to simplify it, I am the EST of WWE, and that's how it all came about of me being the EST.
Who is your favorite professional wrestler of all time?
Oh, of all time, I don't have any favorites. I'm a very indecisive person. Uh, but favorite, I would have to say, well, I'll say when I first got to into WWE, I really started watching a whole lot more of wrestling, and the person that I gravitated towards the most and got the most inspiration from was Beth Phoenix and Jacqueline. Just because of what they represented, they were women, they were beautiful, but they were also strong, and they embraced that strong side and also their feminine side. So those are the two women that really inspired me the most.
Awesome. And you were all SEC and All American in track at Tennessee. So how did you go from being a track star to professional wrestling? Was there something like growing up or later in life? At what point were you like, I'm going to make this transition, and professional wrestling seems like something I would like to do?
Well, for me, it was later in my life. I was 27 years old. I played sports my whole life, but I was running track at the University of Tennessee. I was a collegiate hurdler. I was all SEC hurdler. Um, but after my collegiate career, I had been running track since I was 5 years old. So I was really burnt out, and I wanted something else. So I found CrossFit, and I started doing CrossFit and powerlifting. And I really stood out very quickly. Within a year, I was already competing at regionals and competing for to try to make it to the games. But I stood out because I wore and I made these elaborate outfits. I wore sequins and tutus and bows, while the other girls just had on regular workout outfits. So I stood out very quickly. Mark Henry, who's a Hall of Famer for WWE, saw a video of me, and he contacted me on Instagram, which I thought was fake at first. But he said, you have everything that it takes to be WWE superstar. You have the look, the personality, the charisma, the athleticism. You're basically already wearing wrestling gear and you don't even know it. You're talking to the crowd on microphone, so you're very comfortable with that. So he saw something in me where he saw that this was a perfect fit for me, and he got me a tryout. But it took me two tryouts, and I finally got hired in 2016. So my journey into WWE is a little unique. I didn't realize I wanted to do this until I was 27 years old, until I had tried every sport in the book, and I was trying to be a professional track athlete, and that didn't work out. And finally I found wrestling, and it's something when it happened, I was like, this is what I've been looking for my whole life. I finally found what is for me. So it was a perfect fit for me.
When you get a message like that on Instagram, you just said like you didn't believe it. Like, what are you thinking? Like, who is this stalker, or like, what goes through your head, and how did you eventually realize that this was legit?
I saw a comment on the picture from Mark Henry, and I kind of just thought, oh, that's fake. My nephew was the one who he contacted me. He's like, oh my gosh, Mark Henry just commented on your photo. I'm like, that's fake. It's not really real. But then he ended up DMing me, and through the DMs is when I realized that this is real. And he was telling me, I want to invite you to a tryout, WWE tryout, and the more like information that I got, I started researching and looking it up. I realized that it was real, and that's when I was like, "Oh wow, this is really real." I almost missed out on this opportunity because I didn't realize that it was real. So yeah, I definitely thought it wasn't real until I did more research on it.
And you were the first woman to wrestle in the main event for the WWE. What was that like for you? What does that mean to you?
So for me, going into WrestleMania and being the first with Sasha Banks, being the first two Black females to main event WrestleMania, it was an amazing moment, But I also have to pay homage to the women who came before us and paved the way so that we can walk on this road, and they opened the doors for us. So to be one of the women that was in that position, because it could have been anyone. In that position, but to be in that position with Sasha Banks and be the representation, to have that amazing iconic match that won an ESPY, where WWE was recognized in the world of sports, and also was representation for women and young girls and women of color across the world, was an amazing feeling. And to know that our match is going to be watched as inspiration for other people. I'm just blessed and grateful, and that's going to be go down as one of the top moments in my career.
What about winning an ESPY for that moment? What was that like?
Yeah, that was amazing. Amazing experience. Like I said, to be recognized in the world of sports, being in WWE is amazing. I'm being an athlete myself. I know that how prestigious of an award an ESPY is. So to win an ESPY, um, and to walk on the red carpet at the ESPYS and have the SmackDown Men's Championship over my shoulder, that was an amazing feeling. And to be the face there that represented that for WWE, that right there, it was everything. But like I said, to being an athlete my whole life, and to be representing the world of sports in WWE and as SmackDown Men's Champion, it was more than I could have ever imagined and have ever asked for. And the event was amazing to be a part of and to attend. So it was fun. It's more than you could ever even imagine.
That's awesome. And what about being married to Montez Ford in the WWE? I mean, it's totally different lifestyle than what everybody else is used to. I mean, but how do you make something work like that when you're traveling all the time and living this lifestyle? What's it like?
Yeah, I always say that I'm blessed to do what I love alongside the person that I love. We just got drafted to Raw together. And yeah, we live together, we travel together, we work together. He's right next to me right now. It's really cool that we get to experience these things together. We're with each other every step of the way. Every time something good happens, bad happens, it doesn't matter. We're right next to each other. But it's really cool. It's just a different lifestyle. We're on the road a lot. We're traveling all the time. We're figuring things out along the way and getting used to things. But it's really cool, like I said, to just do what I love alongside the person that I love.
Awesome. And you mentioned at the beginning of the interview this season, WWE, you want to become the face for women's WWE. How will you go about that? What are your goals? What do you want to happen this year? And tell us what your goals are.
Oh, there's so many goals that I have, but right now it's just going after the Raw Women's Championship. I'm trying to take it away from Becky Lynch. When I was on SmackDown, I was SmackDown Women's Champion, and Becky Lynch was the one who took it away from me. So I'm trying to have redemption and redeem myself, and take it away from Becky Lynch. I'm the kind of the new kid on the block that's steady proving myself every step of the way. But just becoming Raw Women's Champion, and being a representation, and for everyone out there, I mean inspiration for everyone out there. Just trying to take Becky Lynch down. Like I said, trying to redeem myself, whenever I have my title reigns, I like to bring my fans along with me. My title reigns are not just about me, it's about the fans, and we want to have fun. And I want everyone to feel like they're included, but to continue to be the EST of WWE and be the face of Raw, and go out there and keep making history, and just keep doing what I've been doing.
That's awesome. If you do win, can I borrow that belt just to kind of wear around as, you know?
You said if I do win tonight?
If you win, can I borrow the belt to wear around?
Well, if I win,
Wonder-
I'm gonna be holding tight to that title. I'll let you take a picture with
All
it
right.
later.
Sounds good. Well, tell Montez hi, and thank you so much for being with us. Twin Cities, make sure you check it out. WWE Raw, it airs 7 p.m. on the USA Network here in the Twin Cities. Thank you so much, Bianca. Appreciate it.
Thank you.